All right, guys, what's up? It's Justin Kahn. I'm back with another Fractal Radio where we discover the best Web3 and blockchain games out there. And today I'm joined by Vadim, the founder of Boss Fighters. How's it going?
Fine, thanks. Doing great, actually. Nice. Thanks for having me on the show.
Awesome. Well, excited to have you and really excited about your game. It's a very innovative concept. We did a little play test last week that I'll cut in later. But it's pretty cool. How did you describe the game? It's a really innovative concept.
Yeah, there are multiple ways to describe the game, and we're constantly trying to figure out what's the best way to describe it. There were several names. It's world's first VR versus PC action metaverse. But I think the simpler way is to say it is a revolutionary VR gaming show. It's all in this name. It's revolutionary in its way, and it is a VR gaming show. That's how we're trying to build it.
Awesome. So in the game, one player kind of plays as the boss, and they're in VR, and then you have all of these different combatants, right, who are trying to attack and defeat this boss. So it's a little bit of like an asymmetric warfare or something like that, asymmetric battle, right? Tell us about what's the show part?
Yeah, because it is built as this small arena, and we did the playtest. You see the city, cyberpunk city around the town. We can build all kinds of arenas, and because we choose this art style with the stylized characters, funny animations, we want this to be a gaming show. It means that there will be a special watch turn part, what we call a watch turn. And there is no show without spectators, and that's where the watch turn comes into play. So we want it to be an entertaining game, and not only to play but to watch. And there is also a big part in terms of revenue generation from ads, because once we build enough DAU, we can start introducing ads to the arena. Product placement, ads around the city, that's also a big part of what we're trying to build. And we want to integrate Twitch API into several game mods, which is a really cool feature. We're exploring it right now, and it will allow those spectators to interfere in the course of battle. That's what I find really interesting. So yeah,
awesome.
it's a game and show in all of the ways, and what you saw actually was a really small part of the bigger picture. What we're trying to build. It is a free-to-play game. It is a Web3 game. We're trying to bridge this Web2 and Web3 gaming. We're trying to create a new VR experience. Just yesterday, I listened for Mark Zuckerberg interview, how he laid out his roadmap to put everyone into metaverse. And obviously, it implies that they will be releasing more and more VR devices. So yeah, VR is the way to go for the metaverse. And another thing that is really important, I think VR should be built around, especially VR games, they should be built around action and physics interactions. And that's what we see on Steam games. If you look at Steam survey, so most of these games are action games. They're the most popular, and this in itself allows to create a spectacle from this. You saw this wonky physics, funny stuff happening. You throwing guys through the building, they fly
Yeah.
from the other side. So there's a lot of potential how it can be transformed into the show, and with a streaming service integrations, it can all be created into the really big entertainment system. That's what we're trying to build.
Awesome. Very ambitious. Let's before we dive into it much more, let's play the clip. All right, let's do this.
Hopefully,
Prepare to be crushed
yeah.
mercilessly.
Actually, I think you have to be prepared to be crushed. I'm the boss.
Okay. I'm this
Yeah,
org
it
guy.
works fine.
I'm this org guy. This visor.
Right.
So it's ASD and shift, right? Shift is run, or shift is roll.
Okay. Who's the boss here?
Shit. Oh, he's coming for me. Get out, get down. Aha. I took cover under this freeway. You'll never find me. Oh God, I can't.
Oh.
Aiming is difficult for me.
Okay, fractal death cubes.
So how's that work? Oh my God, I got hit by a fractal death cube. This is pretty innovative. I like it. How did you guys come up with this concept? So you're playing in VR, and the rest of us.
So it's boss against. So this is an asymmetric concept, basically, like Predator hunting grounds, Dead by Daylight, but it is a VR actually. There was the game a few years ago, Evolve. Yeah, Evolve, where there's big boss, big monster against the hunters. It's kind of a similar concept, but more of a esports oriented concept. We want to have this, build this as a fun game. So that's why we choose this aesthetics. And by the way, these are just draft visuals. We're working on the updated visuals for the arena, obviously for the release. And yeah, that's why the avatars, they look like kind of Fortnite style. Okay, I'm getting crushed, I think. I need to start fighting.
You're not fighting. You're just letting us win this whole time. Oh my God, I just got grabbed. Help me! It's brutal.
Okay, I'm gonna destroy this building.
You destroyed the building? Oh, wow. Going into the building you're destroying. Can't go in. Oh, there you go. There's no rocket launchers in here. Give me a rocket.
So we actually developing more weapons and more gadgets for flat screen players, and bots will also have weapons. So expect more explosive stuff in the next builds. No, actually, so we added a parkour feature for flat screen players, so you will be able to climb almost all obstacles, and the whole pattern of movement for flat screen players will be redesigned a bit, so more platforming style. So we want to be a very active gameplay. And that's why we don't want to give a lot of ammunition for the weapons, because the idea is that you need to maneuver, you need to seek the ammunition around the arena, and this basically incentivizes you to constantly move around. And this creates this dynamic gameplay and a bit of chaos and this wonky physics. Yeah, we want to create this as a spectacle in a way.
I like it. I'm having trouble finding. How come everyone's flopping on the floor right now? Are these guys just dying? I see a lot of guys flopping around like dead fish. Boom! Direct hit. Oh my God! You just threw a billboard at me.
Give me this.
Oh no! My God! Oh my God!
Okay, I'm gonna throw you. And by the way, I can throw bodies. Damage others with the bodies.
You can throw body at a body. I like it. All right, where is weapons? I need a weapon. There's too much wreckage around here. Destroyed the city. Oh, I missed.
Okay, have a
Again.
Right. Come get me.
Okay, where are you? I missed again. Uh-huh.
Missed me. Okay, so let me tell you about the gameplay and what we're trying to do in terms of team play here.
Yeah.
As you can see, you need to pick up the ammunition for the weapons, but before the game, you equip a special weapon, a special gadget, and that actually determines your role. So we don't want to have the roles of the characters, because we don't want to add them as traits to the NFTs, because we want to be our game as we see our game as a free-to-play game, and the characters mostly act as cosmetics. But on top of this, you get kind of a meta-game progression benefits by owning this NFT. And the diversity, gameplay diversity, comes from the other in-game assets. So gear, weapons, equipment. Right now we're testing, I think we have this on our social media where we play testing new builds. We have kind of a jump jet that allow you to scale high obstacles for split screen characters. We have weapons like sticky bombs. You carry one big bomb that damages boss really hard, but it's sort of a high risk, high reward weapon. We have this rocket launcher, and we also testing right now a rail gun, because you can see this. Oh, by the way, can you see my brain? But the idea is to have some weak spots in the boss, and you're using the railgun, essentially a sniper, to hit those sweet spots. So we want to encourage all sorts of play styles in this game. And yeah, so right now we're testing 5 weapons, I think, for flat screen players, and several gadgets for them. It will be in the new builds, and we're also testing a new system of new movement system for the flat screen players. As I said, you will be able to climb, to jump much further, and the traversal will become much more dynamic, and multiple ways will be open. So another thing that is really important for our gameplay concept is the destructible environment. The idea is, while the battle goes on, the environment becomes more and more destructible, and this destruction, it changes your path. Let's say when the boss destroys something, he opens up new ways and blocks other ways. So to keep the gameplay loop fresh, constantly fresh during the battle. And we will also have weapons for the bosses. So currently we're thinking that they will activate when you get certain amount of damage, kind of a safety mechanism for the boss. Let's call it this way. Safety check. So let's say if you get too much damage in a minute or so, you charge your weapons and you can use them to snipe from afar. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do here. The main concept with this physics gameplay, I think it's VR players will love this, absolutely love this, how it works.
Yes,
okay.
Finally.
You destroyed me.
Finally. I did the most damage. All right, that was pretty incredible. I had a lot of fun playing it. So tell me more about the streaming part, that hits close to home for me. Like, how are viewers going to be able to interact? How do you imagine people streaming these battles? That's super entertaining to play. I can imagine it's going to be really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort into designing this kind of watch-turn system. There were multiple iterations because we want to be on a major gaming platforms. We need to be really careful with what we can do and what we cannot do. But I think right now we're sitting at a pretty good spot in terms of design. So we want spectators and players help each other. So let's say when the user, so we can split our users into 2 categories. those who want to play and can play, and those who want but cannot play for some reason. Maybe they don't have a VR device or don't have a capable PC or something like that, but we still want them to be in our ecosystem, and that's where they can be as spectators. So when the player, a VR player or PC player enters the game, he can generate a link for the Twitch, and we can track this link with the Twitch API, and we can track how many users are joining him to see his stream, to spectate what's he actually playing, and we can start accounting for this. So we can start giving away some spectator points, let's say, for the spectators, which they can later use to purchase some NFTs on the marketplace with a discount, let's say, or they can use it to open up loot boxes with some additional stuff, with also with NFTs, and then they can trade it on the marketplace. And on the other hand, the players, if they're getting more views, more spectators on the show that they are given this show, they get bonus experience, they get a better chance of dropping some rare NFTs after the battle, etc. So there is a whole set of options that can be implemented in this kind of a synergy between spectators and players. And we really would like to explore more what Twitch API can bring us here.
I love it. That's kind of like they're like gladiators, right? This is like a battling for the entertainment of the masses.
Exactly.
I love that. Cool. So tell us about the NFTs in the system. Like, what are the NFTs going to do? How are they going to be interoperate with the game?
Yeah, we have multiple types of NFTs. So right now we're about to sell our first NFT collection of characters, and the characters will be limited. So although the game is free to play, the only way to have a very special appearance on the arena is to own one of these fighter NFTs. So this is first of 3 collections that we are about to release. The first one is the Rowdies, boss fighter Rowdies. Second one will be more focused as the kind of celebrities of this world. We call them boss fighter stars. And later this year we'll also release boss characters, so Big Bad Bosses collection. So these are characters. They act as cosmetic items essentially, so you get a special skin for the character in the game. But on top of that, you get also some in-game and off-game benefits. So let's say the only way to access exclusive tournaments, because it is a show, obviously we want to have some tournaments with big prize pools, is to own this NFT. So you would always need this NFT to access these top-tier tournaments, and this will hopefully will drive the floor price up for the NFTs. We also want to do a VR headset raffle among the NFT holders. I think that's a really cool thing, because we a VR game. We want our VR players. We want to expand our VR player base. So why don't we? And we thought also, why don't we just drop VR headsets for the NFT owners? We do a small raffle. So there is a multitude of benefits that come with the NFTs. It's not just characters. On the other hand, we don't want to create a rarity system that is punishing for players. We don't want any kind of paywalls or pay to play. It's because it is a free to play game. We want to stick with the cosmetic part of the in-game action for in-game utility for the characters. So that's how we see it.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so tell us the details of when the mint's going to happen, and how big is the collection? What's the mint price?
Yeah, the collection is it's 3,500. The mint will happen on Fractal, obviously, May 17th. I think it's 5 p.m. UTC. Need to double check it. Yeah. Collection is 3,500. There will be 2,000 whitelisted tokens for our community, for other communities that we onboarded, and I think there will be 1,000 whitelisted tokens for the Fractal. So in total, there will be 3,000 out of 3,500 whitelist tokens. You can mint unlimited NFTs for the whitelist token at a discounted price. So the discounted price is 1.25 SOL, and the public round price is 1.5 SOL. So it's pretty affordable. I think it's pretty comparable to what other collections generally, but there is a game in place already. So there is a lot of stuff already packed into the NFTs, and the game is already playable, and we want to release the game as soon as possible. But there will be a whole set of features we want to introduce for the NFTs, as I mentioned previously. So yeah, I'm really excited about the launch from Fractal.
Us too. So the game is playable. Tell us about that. Like, are you going to be able to log on with your NFT day one when it launches?
Yeah, when the game launches, you will be able to log into the game with the NFT. And we want to, so these are essentially our early adopters. So we want to, because we're building a competitive game, it requires some kind of playtesting, balance tweaking. So we want to release this closed alpha for the NFT owners, and this will be the only way to access this closed alpha. The game modes will be limited. First, but it's a normal state of development, game development. We need to do this, and then once we release more mods, the NFTs will open up more features in game, basically. So we have this advanced stake pools and all kinds of stuff that is laid out in the white paper. You can check it out. So there's a lot of thought put into the game economy already. But yeah, essentially once we release the closed alpha, you will be able to log in with the NFTs and see your character in game right from the start.
Awesome. And tell us some of the attributes that people can get excited about the characters. Like, what is who are the characters in the game?
Yeah, they're rowdies. They're rowdies. So because they're this kind of futuristic gladiators. So the traits they're purely cosmetic. So you can find all kinds of there are military guys, there are some rockstar guys in the collection, some cyberpunks in the collection. Because it is a generative collection, they are all mixed up, and all kind of freakish and wild combinations can be found there. There are males and females in the collection, 50-50. So yeah, I think it's more than 130 traits in total, and I don't know how many of these possible combinations, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Cool. And how about the roadmap? What's coming up for the rest of the year for you guys?
Oh, there's a lot of things coming on the roadmap. So first of all, we after the NFT mint, we'll be doing this reveal mint. So you mint blind, and there will be a placeholder image. Then we do a reveal event. We want to make a celebration out of this. After the reveal event, shortly we will release the staking mechanism for the NFTs. After that, in a few weeks after that, we'll be releasing this closed alpha I was talking about. So after the closed alpha, it doesn't mean that we'll just release it, play for a week, and then close it, and it's never opens up again. No, actually, the game will be live, and we'll be just iterating and updating it constantly. And then later in the year, in Q4, we'll be slowly adding more and more features to the game. There will be a marketplace, and then we transition slowly to the open beta. When the token releases, we'll be introducing more features. We'll be inviting more people to the open beta, so the ecosystem will grow this way. Yeah, that's the roadmap for this year, but actually the roadmap extends to the next year, because we want to transition to Oculus, to MetaQuest 2. We want to release a mobile version for the game. Maybe we're thinking about releasing a web browser version for the game. There are technical obstacles to do this, but it is completely doable. Just needs a bit more time. So it is a very long-term project, because we want to build this as a game show, and we want to make something new in the space. That's the whole point of creating this project. It's really new, and we want to be, and we're some kind of a newcomers here, and yeah, we want to make something of this, a big name of the boss fighters.
Love it. Anything I haven't covered that you want to get out there?
Yeah, I think I get a lot of questions about my background, and people are asking, how did you come up with this idea? So this asymmetric game, VR game, what kind of experience do you have, guys, to develop this game? And the answer is really simple, because we actually run two companies, and one company is a game co-development company. It is an outsourcing company, and we worked on many games, AAA titles, indie titles. And the other company is a VR dedicated company. So we actually know how to do stuff in VR. We do it for 5 years, and we work mostly with business clients. And when working with business clients, you really need to figure out the UX. You need to design all the interaction flawlessly. So because business clients are usually dealing with total newbies in VR, and you have to make sure that there is no motion sickness, all the mechanics are intuitive as possible, as much. And basically, we put all this experience that we accumulated over the years in the VR development, and we put it all into boss fighters, and designed it as a game. So you can be, I assure you that there will be no motion sickness.
So this is like the culmination of all of your experience. Actually,
Right.
It's funny. VR game studios. This is ground zero for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, Vadim, where can people find out more about Boss Fighters online?
Well, we have all our social media. You can find all of them at our official website. It's bossfighters.game. You can find our Discord server. I think we're more than 22K right now members. We have Twitter. It's bossfightersdr. I think it's 18.5K right now. I think we have a TikTok. We launched it recently. We have Instagram. We have YouTube. So, by the way, YouTube has a lot of cool videos of bugs and gameplay development. So you can find really funny stuff there. So I encourage you to visit it.
Go watch the game development in progress on the YouTube.
Right.
All right. Awesome. Well, Vadim, thank you so much for coming on the show. That was great. It was so much fun to play, and I look forward to diving in again and playing some more.
Thanks for having me on the show.